How y'all doing, baby? It is Thursday. Yes, that was my donkey out there baying out there. She's letting Tyler know time to come move her. And he was just on his way to do that. Anyway, indeed, it is Thursday. I'm glad y'all are here. Let me see. Got to get this mouse in my hand. Jeez, man. Always. I don't care if I was sitting here a half hour early. I probably wouldn't be ready. Sherry Puckett was the first one to jump in. And by the way, Sherry, thank you very much because, you know, recently we went through a cold spell down here again. Our winter showed up. Lasted about 3 or 4 days, man. It got down in the 20s at night. Sure, I want you to know those quilts sure are just perfect, baby. They keep you nice and warm. Anyway, thank you, darling. Raylene Allen is here. Richard Phillips is here. Amanda Elliott. Gary Spring all the way up in Canada. Thank you, brother, for being here. The remixtress is in the room. Let me see. Bethy Brown. Hello, Bethy. Jan Beats is here. Keith Ellis. Sue Plum. Thank you for being here. Adina Michael. Robin Lyons. BW is here. And there's Nana Lovely. Hello, Tammy. I need to call you. I hope you're doing fine, darling. Raylene Allen is here. Jeff Curry. Mark Perkins. S. Warren all the way from Marietta, Georgia. Donald Ware. Michael Foulbester, baby, indeed. 101 for the people, baby. Amanda Elliott is here. Debbie Marie. Michael Johnson. Thank you for being here. Mark Perkins. Jay Clayton out on the West Coast. Oh, man. Long distance romance. Here we go again. I'm telling you, Jay's on the road sometimes, and I know Stephanie misses him. And but they have this romance thing. Anyway, Dolores Grant is here. Nancy Halverson, thank you for being here. Kelly Duncan. And let me see. Dorothy Tyndall's here. Oh, let me. There's Dwayne Twizzle's here. Thank you, buddy. Randy Peterson. Woo, pig, buddy, all up Montana still. Valerie Wood Rosato, baby. Thank you for being here. Ann Parks. Irish Giselle still rocking that T-shirt, I hope. And let me see. Dolores Grant. I got to catch up. Let me catch her. Anyway. Suzanne. Hey, Suzanne. How you doing? We share a birthday. Hey, Suzanne. How you doing, darling? Let me see. I think I got everything. Anyway. How y'all doing? Well, isn't the news just lovely nowadays? Hitting all sorts of things nowadays we're hearing about. Donnie's flushing documents down the toilet. They got to call the plumber and the engineer, they call him there in the White House, got to call the engineer in there to come in there and find out why the toilet's all clogged up. Well, normally we would think that was because Donnie's constantly full of shit, but turns out Donnie's been trying to flush documents down the toilet. Really? We already knew that he's tearing them up. Some say he's burning some of them. Are you shitting me? First thing that jumps out of you, Yeah. Wait a minute. Mike Hicks, it's hard to drain the swamp when your pipes are clogged with classified government documents. Outstanding quote. Yeah. These are, it falls in that old category of shit we know, things we know, we already knew. We already know he's a lying, stinking piece of low-life crap that breaks the law at the way. Doesn't think the law abides to them. Just period. He doesn't give a shit about documents or anything else that the National Archives has rights to all of that stuff. That doesn't make two squats to Donnie or anybody in his family or anybody in his cabinet, in his damn circle. Nobody in that damn group, the Republican Party, as far as I could tell, could give two shits about the truth and really ain't that fond of the Constitution either, to tell you the truth. Patriotism, all that stuff went out the window to follow the grand poobah of the Republican right-wing nutjob society over there. But now that, what is the obvious question everybody asking? Is this against the law? Yes, it's against the law. Yes, it's against the law. Like so many other things Donnie did that broke the law, he doesn't care. He doesn't think, and you already hear the commentary on the news going, well, are we going to get after him? Well, I don't know. We know he's guilty, but if you prosecute him, well, that's going to be opening up what can of worms? What can of worms are we going to be opening if we uphold the law? Because I guarantee your ass, if it was you or me, they're going to uphold the law to the extent all the way to the end, baby. Your ass go to jail for anything breaking the law. Pay a fine. Be embarrassed. That don't happen here. And you have to ask yourself, why not? It's obvious he broke the law. And now they're talking about they got some out of Mar-a-Lago that were clearly marked confidential and some of them marked top secret. Really? I'd be more worried about him copying them and selling them to Putin on the backside. I would not put nothing past this man. He hasn't got a patriotic bone in his body. He'd sell this country out in a heartbeat. He's not raising a party. He's raising an army. That's what he wants. And all these scumbag lawmakers, Republicans that are still standing by him, baby, those are his lieutenants. The law went out the window a long time ago with these people. They don't care. To win at any cost. That's their main line. There's never been a more important time for us to be patriots, for us to be true Americans, and stand up for each other's right to vote, stand up for each other's rights all across this country. That's what being a patriot is. Shared sacrifice. You see all this bullshit the right throws out there about freedom. They only give a shit about their freedom, not the shared sacrifice that brings us that freedom, but their personal freedom. That's the only freedom they give a shit about. And that's not being a patriot. That's not being an American. That's being a scumbag. That's being a narcissistic asshole. But the world is full of them. Hell, they're in our families. They're for our friends, our neighbors. And you wonder to yourself, how can you still be following this man when time after time it comes out that he's a scumbag? That he lied about this. He destroys documents. He hides evidence. He lies constantly. I don't know. But I do know the answer, as it has always been. It's us. We are the answer to the problem. We just have to muster enough gumption to stand up and take charge of it. We have to raise enough awareness to make our neighbors and our friends aware and have them concerned. Don't have to be clutching your pearls, but you have to be informed and involved. And it's the best thing that we can do for this society. Anyway, I see somebody in the room here we ain't had in a while. Well, two people actually. Aussie Dave, how the hell are you?
Great. Thanks, mate. Thank you very much. I've come to attend today to say I feel good. Hope life gets back to normal from now on in.
Good.
And you've got a country that it's like the, I suppose, the tail wagging the dog, isn't it? The offender is controlling the Department of Justice through fear. Yeah. My army will, if you come after me. In any other country now,
he's threatening.
This is an illegal threat against your country. It's no different than Al Qaeda saying we're going to bomb America in May, and you are arresting one of the Al Qaeda SEALs you know on.
Really? There's no difference. That's what he's doing.
Yeah.
He's using threats. He's using, any weapon he can, hatred being the best, to stir his side to some faux patriotism that they think they're following the golden. I don't know what it is, Dave. It's sickening.
Over a lie.
Over a lot of lies, Dave. The whole thing, his whole life is nothing but one big lie after another, some bullshit product or some bullshit story that he's trying to sell. That's his whole life.
This bastard started shredding documents in 2016, mate. He started with shredding the Constitution.
Yeah, that's another thing he really doesn't have any use for, the Constitution.
You know, he shredded that and when he got the job. And the only jobs he ever created and has created through his presidency is jobs for lawyers, jobs for document restorers.
Yeah.
Undertakers.
Yeah, there's certain industries that have prospered under Donnie. Before we get too carried away, let's don't be rude. Let's bring David in. Now we got Dave and David. David, how are you doing?
Oh shit,
David.
He's unwell.
David, are you? Have you been blown helium balloons or something, there, buddy? You're coming in like too much helium.
Helium boy.
Maybe Travis can take him out and bring him back in and see if that fixes it.
Oh God.
Oh man, this Discord is sometimes it just gives you fit. Well, Dave, I'm just so tickled to death to see you back, brother. We missed you. You know, I know your ears have rang a few times because we've talked about you more than once. You know, we missed you when you was gone. We knew you had medical issues going on, and we worried about you, brother. So yeah, well, this whole family just
at our age, man.
Huh?
We all have medical issues. In this room, in our family, Blue Dot family, I'm sure 90% of us at our age have medical issues.
Oh yeah.
You know.
Oh yeah.
You know.
There you go. Yeah, we all have medical issues at this time of life. David, did you make it in?
Yep.
I did, but do I sound normal?
You do sound normal. How are you, brother?
I'm telling you, I'm here as an official officer of the Gazpacho police. I'm here to check any illegal biscuits or gumbos you may have.
Yeah, indeed.
We've had reports of you actually, adding MSG to certain soups.
I'm having a hard time hearing you, David.
Yeah, me too.
Let me check. I might know what the problem is. I'll check.
All right. And Ardessa, are you with us?
Yes. Hello.
How are you, dear?
Doing all right.
Good. How's Dan?
He's out of quarantine.
Oh, outstanding. So now he can get out in the hallway and dance with the nurses, or what?
Yep. I told him to go for it.
There you go. Watch that guy.
Yep.
How are
do
you?
it while you can, right?
Right? Yeah. Yeah, while you still can. Oh,
yep.
Life. Well, life treating you good then? Everything else all right?
Yeah, everything is pretty good.
Good.
Last check in here, John. Is this any better?
Yes, David, that's better.
Okay.
There you go. Yeah, a lot better there.
Discord, for some reason, defaults me to a microphone that's across the room from me. I don't know why it does it.
Yeah, you sounded distant. Yeah. You sound much closer now and clear.
Yes, much better.
Much better. And guess who else is in the room? Woo,
Randy Peterson.
Pig. Randy from Montana. How are you doing, brother?
Pretty good. Can you hear me?
You sound like you're across the room.
Okay, well, I'm just going to get the phone closer. Is that better?
That's me. I can hear you.
Okay, well, anyway, I'm here till April, and the snow's on the ground. The roads are muddy because it's thawing, but I'm living in my sister's $1 million house and having a great life.
Having a great life. I've been seeing some of the pictures you've been putting on Facebook. Looks like you're comfortable.
Yeah, I'm going to go back to Arkansas because that's where my heart is, you know. And so my sister goes, hey, we're going to sell a house in 2 years. You're more than welcome to move to Maui when we buy a house.
Yeah.
I'm living the life of Riley, dude. I am.
I'm so glad to hear it. I am.
Yeah.
That just makes me feel good. It's that time. It's your turn, brother. It's that time in life, brother. Sit back and try to relax a little bit.
And what's really cool is, like, I thought about Bernadette the other night. Fuck Trump.
What'd you say?
I said I thought about Bernadette the other night when I was in Montana. Fuck Trump.
Fuck Trump? Did you say fuck Trump on this show?
I said fuck
Damn.
Trump.
Did y'all hear him say fuck Trump? Ain't that
Yeah,
pitiful?
he said fuck Trump.
Yeah, I think he said fuck Trump.
Yeah, because I'm sitting in Montana in $1 million house on 10 acres looking at snow and beautiful trees, and Bernadette makes me smile. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, Suzanne Jarrett
I mean,
says she needs some, so send it down there. Send it down there to California. She needs a little rain or snow.
Oh, I know. And, you know, I hope Dom's doing good. You know, I got a cousin named Dom.
Bernadette in the chat said somebody say fuck Trump.
Yeah, let's say I want to hear fuck Trump.
Yeah.
Hey, man, I'm going to call you tomorrow, John. I'm going to let somebody else get in the room, but I'm doing good in Montana.
Give me a
$1
holler.
million house, 10 acres. with a hot
It's
tub.
what a beautiful view, brother. What a beautiful view you have.
Anyway, everybody get in the room. I love Bernadette. I love everybody in here.
Got a
Johnny
hot tub
Bly.
out there with the look. Well, it's just gorgeous. Anyway.
It's beautiful. Anyway, Aussie Dave, I'm just so glad you're back. And
Thank you, mate.
you know, we have a beautiful family here, and you gotta understand that we have great people in this place.
We do indeed have a great family in this Blue Dot family.
It's international, John.
International family, baby. We are
We
indeed
got
Proud
a
of
great
that.
family.
multinational.
But anyway, I got in the
Good
hot. Anyway, I got in the hot tub last night outside of Montana.
What'd I tell you?
So-
What'd I tell y'all? In the hot tub. And the view, you wouldn't believe the view it's got. I'm just saying. That's
All right, well,
yep, that's a nice life, buddy.
I'll send you a video to make you cry. But anyway, I'll
Yeah.
let somebody else in the room. I love everybody in here. The Fly, I call him the Fly. Bernadette, Aussie Dave, and, you know, the Mistress. Everybody in here makes my life better.
I'm telling you. We got everybody in this family.
Well, we got everybody, and I will be in Texas. I will be in Texas when I'm in Arkansas in August.
Yeah. Call me.
I'm flying out of Corpus Christi. Come get me at the airport.
Call me. That's all you got to do. Call me. You got my
Will
number.
do, man. Everybody have a
All right,
great
brother. I
evening.
love you too.
All right, man. We'll talk to you later.
All right. Take care of yourself, Randy.
See ya. Yeah.
Love you guys.
Love you too.
Love you.
He finally retired. He's in the
Bye-bye.
Navy for a long time, but he retired now after many years of steel-toed shoes and hard work. And now his sister owns 2 properties, one in California and one in Montana. And so when she's at one, Randy will be at the other one taking care of it. And then when they swap off, and it's a great deal for both of them. And Randy gets to enjoy that beautiful life up there. So I'm happy for you, brother.
John,
Are you still there?
can I pick up on a point?
All right. Anyway, back to the toilet flushing. Are you shitting me?
Oh yeah, Donnie with his flushing.
Not just flushing,
Can I-
clogging.
Yes,
Let me
clogging.
bring something up here.
Right.
Let me bring something up here about all this, right? He's been doing this for a while, apparently, for a long time, and some person knew about it, and she wrote a book. I don't know her name, but I just recently seen an article about this woman. She could have exposed him some time ago for flushing documents, but she said nothing, and she was a reporter or a book writer. This has been going on for so long. How much don't you know? You know, if he's flushed some bad shit, what has he done to your country you don't know about? What are you trying to do? Where's Merrick Garland? Where's Merrick Garland? Sorry.
Well, you know no, that's a fair question because it seems like National Archives is going to refer it to for an inspector general first, which ends up determining if the law has been broken in what happened. I think back to to before Donnie was running, before he won, when he was running for office, and nobody thought he would win, and well, I guess it was after he won, because after he won is when I jumped in full bore. Anyway, part of his modus operandi, his business style, everything, he has run it just like a gangster would. He signs nothing. He sees nothing. There's no paper trail to him for anything. Everything is ear to mouth, and it's or mouth to ear. But it's that's.
But either Americano's either working on something really big and he's hoping to bang, or February the 14th is when the time runs out on this of limitations on the Mueller report.
Right.
February the 14th, time's clear of the Mueller report. If anything comes out of that, or did come out of that, that's going to go down the way. So that was a waste of money, a waste of time. But the thing is, this man, people need to hear from the DOJ about what's happening with this man's criminal activity. It is criminal activity. There's no.
The discussion on the talking heads right now is the fact that did he commit a crime? Yeah, he did. Yes. So what are we gonna do? Well, it's Donald Trump, so we can't do shit. Is that the answer? Really? Because look what they did to Hillary. Do you see Donnie having enough huevos to march his ass up in front of Congress and sit there for 18, 20 hours? No, Donnie hasn't got that much courage. And he couldn't do it without lying through his teeth. So, I am just so tired of this bullshit, bravado, macho man Trump bullshit. He's a lying little whiny bitch. And he gets others to do his shit for him. And he laughs all the way to the bank.
He could get out there and say, that was Nancy Pelosi's toilet, it wasn't mine, and fucking 30% of the country would believe him.
Yes.
There was a poll. There was a poll done by CNN last week, and CNN found out that 40% of your people, or 43%, say yes, the January 6th Commission is needed. There was the 35% that said it was a witch hunt and they're after Donald Trump, forgetting the fact that laws are broken, but it's all about Donald Trump. And 20% said we don't know enough. We don't know enough.
Now you take that little poll right there, Dave, and think back to that old saying that the world is made up of 33% of people. Well, in our country, I'm going to say the United States is made up of 33% of the people would watch another third kill another third. One third of our nation would kill another third, and the other third would sit there and watch. And that's the analogy that's been used before for our country. And you throw in this bullshit of this poem that Robin wrote, "America is a gun," and you have to wonder where the hell are we going as a nation, as a society itself. Look at where we are, and look where the Republican wants to take us. You know, this is going to take some courage for the left to stand up, baby. You want change? You want progress in this country? Well, get your ass up and demand it. That's the deal. Because that's the only time it's going to happen.
They're not going after the low-hanging. John, they're not even going after the low-hanging fruit. They're not going after the evil senators and congressmen that have broken laws, that have openly broken laws.
And have no fear.
Part of the plan.
They have no fear of any consequence.
They know something. Do they know something? It's just so deep and so well set in that they're not concerned because they know something we don't know. Is it as deep as the Illuminati and all that sort of crap? How deep does it go? It sounds pretty deep to me, but not many people are worried. There's not much sweat in many brows.
The remixtress is right. Hillary didn't flush her emails. She had them. No. The Department of Justice roamed through them like grazing cattle. Days before an
Like a
election.
law.
Days before an election. You know, this is what really kind of it's a slap in the freaking face after having Hillary go through what she did over those freaking emails, over the illusion
Yep.
of 33,000 emails. Well, Trump is standing on a stage asking China to look for, or Russia to look for the 33,000 emails in front of God and everybody. Hell, he invited Russian agents into the damn White House, into the Oval Office.
He had the legs
You know,
stolen from her.
this is to I don't know how many red flags it takes for some of these Republicans. Some of these, I don't know. The conservatives better stand up, baby. Because if you call yourself a Republican, I just think you're a maggot. That's it. A dumbass, unpatriotic, soulless maggot who worships a king. So I don't know. Either y'all need to take your party back or some shit. You say Republican to me, and that's exactly what my first thought is. I'm a
That's what
maggot.
it is now.
John.
You have no
Call it what it
integrity
is,
left.
It's a Nazi party.
Huh?
It is a Nazi party.
It is.
Call it what it is.
It's a
Nazi
fascist party.
It is.
I call it the fly. It mixes everybody's.
What do you
Man,
say?
your microphone's either open, or you're not trying to say something, but you're just being picked up.
Yeah.
You sound.
I don't know if Randy even knows he's still in the room.
No, I don't think he does.
Yeah, I don't think he does.
Yeah.
I think Travis must mute him.
Yeah, Travis, you want to give us a hand with that if you can? There you go. Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate that.
Yeah, we are over in Australia where the average conversation is how did it get this far? Is not the fact what's happening now, is how did it get to this point? The man should have been arrested more back in the Moon Report days. I mean,
It got here by
Just look
pure
at this.
emotion. By pure emotion.
Jeffrey Epstein.
You know, that's in the
Jeffrey
big picture of everything. That's what pisses me off is everything that we're seeing and have seen ever since Donnie Boy came on the scene is a result of a backlash of this country having the audacity to elect a black man into office. And when that happened, the real hatred started coming out on the right. And then it was just fertilized, and then Donnie came along, and man, they got a shot of sunshine, and baby, they grew. And it is a whole party of hate. But they'll be the first one to claim that they're not racist. They're not like that at all. Yeah.
That's one thing I
Look
would
at the
like to
recent
get rid of
voting
in the
laws you
world is
passed.
hate.
Huh?
One thing I'd like to get rid of in the world is hate.
Yes. Yeah. All we need is love.
a lot
I
of
think
stuff.
somebody ought to write a song like that.
John, I gotta go
Yeah.
for just a few minutes.
Money.
I will be right back.
David, okay. We'll be
Okay.
right here, brother. Yeah. All we
Money
need
and
is
hate.
love.
Odessa, there's money in hate.
Oh, Bernadette's
Without hate,
there.
you have no war. Without hate, you have no war.
Yeah,
And if it
that's-
comes, you have.
Yeah, don't get me started on that war is good for. As a matter of fact, you notice my shirt tonight? I just want to point that out. Costa Rica, baby. No army since 1948. Pura vida. The pure life. Yeah, Costa Rica. They haven't had an army since 1948. Don't need one. They don't want to go to war with anybody. What a novel idea. You know?
No wars.
Yeah, no
Go
wars.
figure.
They don't want to be involved in that shit.
John,
Yes.
have you seen, or do you have Netflix?
I'm sorry?
Do you have Netflix?
Yes. Yes.
Have you seen the documentary released this year, or maybe late last year, about Jeffrey Epstein?
No, I haven't. I know there's one there. I haven't.
Look it up. It's a good view. It's 40-minute part of the series. It's a big, long documentary about Epstein, the island, and how he started, and about the girls and all the girls being interviewed and that. Mate, this man was killed because they go into that at the end.
Oh, I don't think there's anybody
they
out
had
there that
cameras.
thinks Epstein killed himself. You
I don't
They had
believe it.
you got to be pretty naive to think that's what happened. That he just couldn't
They had
stand it, and the
cameras at each
situation
party.
just was perfect. The moon was, Yeah.
Yeah.
John, they had cameras. They had cameras at these parties of Epstein's mansion, and in these back shots, this is why you've heard nothing about it. In these big group people back shots, while Epstein's talking on the camera and being an idiot with young girls, in the background you see Chris Rock, Woody Allen, Clinton. They're all there, inside with him.
Oh.
And there's all young girls.
Yeah.
Now, there's Dershowitz is there. He went to
And his tidy whities.
and he said he said he never done anything naughty.
Yeah.
But people only went there to have massage and sex relief.
He never took off his underwear.
Masturbation from young girls.
He never took off his tidy
Now,
whities.
that's all dead. How powerful?
that is the world. That's that's the world of the rich, the wealthy, not the rich, the wealthy, the powerful. They don't live in our world. It's and because in our world we think that you ought to be able to rise and make as much money as you can. That's our capitalistic system. That's what it's built on. The ability for you to pull up your bootstraps and make as much money as you want. But at a certain point, you're doing it on the back of society. And at what cost to that society are you willing to just take it all? It's and then they start showing, well, you're just a socialist, you just want to. No, it's being realistic. Do you think capitalism is a good thing to have in your healthcare system? I don't think so. It depends on how much money you got.
They show a video. They show a video clip of Donald Trump and Epstein, and it was only maybe back in 2017. Well, actually, sorry, it was just before he was president. He was running for president, but he wasn't president. He was running around with Epstein, and then they showed a video clip of saying, I broke up with him 17 years ago. We had a fight. I mean, the guy's even exposed on Epstein's island. I mean, the Trump was involved. He was murdered, and they'll never get to the bottom of that, will they?
Yeah.
They'll never get to the bottom of it.
Never know.
Case closed, baby. Case closed. He committed suicide. Gee, isn't that terrible? Wished he could have stuck around. He could have told us everything. Yeah. Let me put out a few thank yous. First, let me put this to Catman56. My buddy Keith came in with a $3 donation. He said, you got to do this to the Trump ilk. In the Trump ilk, they need to just.
I just need you to shut the fuck up, cause nobody asked you, bitch. I need you to shut the fuck up.
That's to all our
shut the fuck
Republican ilk.
Shut the fuck up.
Maggots.
Shut the fuck up.
Please.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
Just shut the fuck up. It is.
Now.
Just anyway. Keith, thank you very much. And Karen Van, what's her name? I had it right on the tip of my tongue. I almost said it perfectly. Karen Van Wyk came in with a $2 donation and said, but her emails. Oh, her emails. It's terrible. Look what she did. And Catman56 came in with another donation and said, where are the Trump's emails? Yeah. He ain't got none.
They had private servers. Remember? Like Hillary broke the law with a private server, and they all had private servers in the Trump.
Everything that he screamed about, he's done. But that's the thing about Trump. Trump doesn't give a shit. Donnie doesn't care that you see him doing this. I mean, it doesn't bother him. So what? What are you going to do about it? Nothing. I'll just tell you another fairy tale. Shove this up your ass. How you like that? Because he's not going to suffer any consequences for it.
It's one of the things that irritates me so much about this.
What?
Said he doesn't give a damn.
No.
And he just does it.
No.
And nobody does anything.
He fundraises off of it.
Yep.
He'll go out there and whine about, look how they're trying to attack me. Please stand up for liberty and freedom, and please give me your money. And and they will.
I think he's going to have a heart attack. He's going to have a heart attack, John, or a stroke before he.
If there's a God. So.
Sooner or later, he's going to have a heart attack.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of when.
Well.
Mm-hmm. He's a walking time bomb.
Making me change my mind. But never mind.
I won't cry, that's for sure.
Anyways. Oh, hey, Bernadette.
Hi.
Well, how are you doing, darling?
I'm fine. I snuck into the room just waiting for a chance to say hi to everybody and wish Stan some blessed health along his way. And my brother, Aussie, it's so good to hear your voice. Yeah.
It's so good to give my voice out to you people. I really do.
Thank you. I appreciate
listening
that.
to the world.
My day got better. My day got better when I heard your voice.
Yeah, I kind of perked up when I seen him in the room too.
Yep, it is very nice to see you again.
I gotta take this back for a minute and answer the question: how did we get here?
How did we get here?
We got here via Fox Spews and the other right-wing TV news. Jokingly, I say that very lightly, programs that are on the air, and by right-wing radio taking over America, which has been a long time plan, and they just get these lies out and they keep them out there, and that's how we got here, guys. And they play on people's fears and prejudices, and they know exactly what to say. They know the dog whistles to say to keep it going. They know it. Yeah. They know what to say to keep it going. And we have gotten to a point of such disrespect in this country when you have senators and representatives and just showing utter disrespect for each other. And this is not the decorum that our so-called, well, not my forefather, because I don't know who my forefather was, but the forefathers of this country decided that this was how this republic was going to be run. I don't think they had this bullshit in mind.
No, they did
when
not.
They came up with the bill.
No.
So this
Don
is how
Cheeto
we get
said
here.
we got here by never.
How do we fix it? We go out and we vote in numbers that they cannot, they can't beat. That's how we fix it. People have got to stand up. I'm counting on the kids getting out there and saying, hey, yo, wait a minute. Climate change is about me, and I'm going to raise my voice, and here's my vote. I am counting on the elderly getting out here and saying, hey, no, you can't do this to me. I've been here for too long. I've waited too long. And just people doing the right thing and voting for the right reasons and voting all the way down the ticket. Because
seems like a patriotic thing to do.
They're not going anywhere. And if we don't stop them dead in their tracks, they will. We're looking at what we've already seen. We saw it in Europe during the 1930s. This was what World War II was about. You know, the global communism taking over the planet and fascism and all of this shit. We see it all around us every day. We've got to do something about this. And
it's fascism 101.
How we do it, we go and we support the blue candidates. We throw $2 at them. I'm all about that.
I know one, Bernadette.
Yeah? Which one you know?
I know Gary Chambers.
Gary Chambers.
And if you have not seen his ads lately, we wanted to play it tonight. Travis said we'll have it ready to play tomorrow on tomorrow's show. Awesome. So tomorrow, again, y'all remember Beer Bud Friday will be live tomorrow, and I hope to be able to play that video because he has an outstanding
Gary Chambers. If y'all have not gone out and seen this man and the ads that he's currently running,
you talk about bold and in your face.
And let me tell you something. He ain't just that up and coming. He's been around for a while. He knows exactly what he's doing. And he, too, is playing on those tropes that they keep throwing out there, only in a very different way.
In a little bit different way.
Good. Yeah, and he's good. He's good at what he does, and he's got media savvy.
You go to that website, the first thing you'll see is in big bold letters, do good. Seek justice. And that's what our Gary Chambers. He's running for the U.S. Senate against guess who? Good old boy, Mr. Kennedy. You know.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm just a good old backwoods boy what don't know much. Yeah.
Is that the same? Is that the same Kennedy that said that Donald Trump's a crook, a lying thief a few years ago?
Oh, I wouldn't doubt it. I know that was Ted Cruz. They all used to say it though, but
limo.
Well, they all did.
Yeah, they all did.
They all said that.
At one time or another, they all had cojones, but now they don't. Yes, he's running down in Louisiana against John Kennedy, and it's a red state. But Louisiana, it's a red state, but they got a lot of liberal values down there. I know because I'm from Louisiana. I did some. My family's in Louisiana, and
they've had blue governors. They've had blue mayors. Yes, they do.
Yes.
And I think my brother man got a chance. I tell you that.
So go check out Gary Chambers. Check out his website. If you could do a donation, baby. That's what this is about. Is especially, as I always say, if you are in a blue state, a comfortable area where where your lawmakers are standing on the Democratic side, and you're good and safe. Look around at the red states because there's plenty of them out there, baby. And pick a candidate. And today, pick Gary Chambers. Go over there and donate $5, $10. There's a little thing right there on his website where you can make a donation. It's nice, quick, and easy, painless, and it's a way to show your support.
Let's get him elected.
Yes, let's get him elected.
He speaks the truth, and he's very progressive. And
very
this is
progressive.
What we need
in your face progressive. He's not afraid. I liked it.
No, he's not afraid.
Yeah, his commercials are very bold statements.
Yes.
In imagery, both.
He is refreshing, to be honest with you.
Yes, he
is just out there saying the things that we are all
what needs
saying,
to be said.
And he is running for Senate, and he needs to be in office.
Yep.
Yes, he does.
I'm ready. I am so ready for this.
What's the story, guys?
What?
Six states. I see CNN reporting that there are 6 states that potentially could stop certain GOP people from running. Some law or something. Do you know about that, anyone?
There is the Cawthorn thing going on in. Oh Lord! Somebody help me with where Cawthorn is.
January 6th.
He's in North Carolina.
North Carolina. He is being challenged on the ballot for his eligibility because of his involvement in the insurrection on January 6th, which under Article 14, if you are involved, and he was involved, there you go. You're not eligible to run, and he's being challenged.
And I would imagine that refers to Miss Bobblehead out of Colorado, Miss Lauren Bobblehead.
I think it pertains to 147 of them myself.
And definitely that other one with the gazpacho police. Oh my God! Seriously, how?
Everybody from Paul goes to these idiots that have lost their mind.
The GOP would use that law if the roles were reversed. They would be using that law now.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, trust me. If the GOP was in power, they could care less about any fucking laws. They could care less whether it was right or wrong. They are going to do
just
what
the
they're
fact
going
that the
to do.
Supreme Court allowed Alabama's voting districts to stand.
Yes.
That tells us a lot, baby. That was a 5-4 decision. John Roberts sided with the liberals. But man, it's obvious. All the lower courts, it was obvious what Alabama's doing. They're diluting the black vote. They don't want to see what happened in Georgia happen in Alabama. And in Georgia, thanks to Stacey Abrams.
It's going to happen right in front of our faces.
Yes.
And if we don't do something about it, the next candidate that gets in the White House.
Because it's not always just what goes on in your state.
A 9-0 court. Trust me. That's what they're after.
Yes.
Yes, they are.
Which will bring you the Handmaid's Tale in a heartbeat. For the betterment for the good of the country.
SCOTUS upheld one of those states allowing this dilution of the voter rights.
Yeah, Alabama.
Right, Alabama. But when they done a survey, part of the CNN survey, they asked a question about these voter rights being diluted to the people. 60% of the people said it's not right, they don't want it. So the people are on the same side as that. You know, generally the people don't want the GOP fucking with the gerrymandering and all that crap.
Here's the problem, Ozzy. The people aren't making the laws. The GOP are in charge in these states, and they're the ones that are making the laws. And the Supreme Court, as illegal as it is on the face of it, and believe me, there's some shit that's real illegal about a whole bunch of this shit. Yeah. They're upholding this shit. Look at what happened in Texas.
Yeah, look what's happened to Texas.
Yeah.
You know, and
it's happening all over. Look at what's happening in Florida. And see,
it's a government not reflective of the people.
But you got to understand one thing about the GOP. They don't care whether the law goes to court and gets challenged in the court. That is an extremely long process. As long as the law gets on the books, okay, that's what matters. The time that it takes to get that law off the books could be decades.
Yeah.
That's what they care about.
Yes.
How long it takes to get off, they don't care about that. They don't even care if it goes to court.
And what the Supreme Court did in the Alabama case is they have said that they will hear oral arguments on this case after the election.
After the election.
The damage is done by that point. It's already over. There's been an election under suspicious districting
circumstances.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, so in my view, I could already see where this court.
If it wasn't for the events that took place on January 6th, we wouldn't know a lot about the last election that took place and the shiesty shit that went on during the 2020 election.
The stuff we're finding about now. The shit that we're finding about now. Finding out about. And,
we need to do something about it.
And it goes all the way from the absurd.
As long as the Republicans think they're going to win, they don't give a shit how they go about winning. Just so long as they think that they're going to win, they're going to continue to do it. And it's got to be stopped, you guys. We're falling into...
But that's what I say. They're not worried about it. They're not even they're being tracked down by the Chinese community. They're going to be exposed.
Because, Ozzy, for what I just said, as long as they get the laws on the books, it could take decades to get it off.
The same way.
And by then, they got their claws into this shit, and they're dug in like fucking ticks.
Exactly.
Yes, they are.
They use delay a lot.
Someone bigger than Trump.
You know, the history of my people is being erased right in front of my face. And what the hell our books are getting banned from libraries all across, public and school libraries all across this country. And they're effectively telling me, as a black person in this country, you don't matter. You don't exist.
To a large extent on the Republican side, yes. Mm-hmm. But there are two sides on this, and there is a side fighting to make sure that history is reflected to our young. It is, but that's you can look at what's happening. Everything from the voting restrictions that passed across the states to the book burning that you see out in Florida. Are you shitting me? Yeah. How much more red flags do you need that should be popping up in the air, and screaming me, fascism, Nazism? You know, it's where it's going.
Black people in this country, they'll go after the LGBTQ. They'll go after.
Yes.
Go after everybody. They'll go after everybody.
Well, remember the Me Too. The Me Too.
Oh yeah, that got squashed, huh?
Squashed. You know, that wasn't politically healthy. They killed somehow.
And it held people accountable.
You don't want your rights taken away.
It's when the public voice demands something is when things happen. It's when we get involved. That's when they listen.
They know there's a pandemic going on. They know people are terrified of dying from this shit. And they know we're not going to get in the street and gather like we did 2 summers ago for all the protests and all the rest of that. People are trying to live, and people are exhausted from their shit. We're simply exhausted, and all we want to do is tune out. But now is not the time to tune out. That's what they're counting on.
They're overwhelming us, and that's what they want.
Yes. There is so much shit that we have to fix in this country. It is overwhelming.
But we have to remember the one big picture. We outnumber them. We are the majority.
Yes, we do.
You know, you look at this situation that's going on up in Canada right now with the truckers. Over 80% of Canadian truckers are vaccinated. This is a small number of Canadian truckers combined with some American right-wing nut job truckers, and look at the impact that they're able to inflict on the national economies of both Canada and the United States. They're shutting down plants because they can't get parts. Really?
Yes.
In this economy,
companies.
So these people are the ones that shoot themselves in the foot and scream about it. You know, I do. I told Marcia today. I think Canadians ought to just line up records and start.
But in order for them to drive across
hauling off trucks, baby.
Mandates that they have to follow all day, every day.
I think fines should be handed out. And those fines, they build up, baby. You start putting these truckers with the hit them in the pocketbook, baby. You're out there.
Start getting their attention.
Yeah, it's one thing to have your protest, but no, now you're trying to, and their demands, they want everything taken away. No mandates for anything, no laws about COVID, nothing. They don't want it all gone. Really? Isn't that the responsible thing to do? Ooh, you're so smart. Kiss my ass. That's what I mean with these people. They piss me off because of their, on every one of them they yell this freedom shit and liberty and all that crap. Kiss my ass. You don't know what it means. They are solely in it for themselves, their personal freedom to be an asshole if they want to. That's what they love. It's not the freedoms and the liberties that we learned of in school.
Truckers flying Trump 2024 flag.
Such a good question. Why would they do that? And hold on for your britches, because understanding that the truckers in America are eyeballing Super Bowl Sunday in L.A. to bring a bunch of trucks in there and mess that shit up. Really, how patriotic of you assholes! It's not about the issues; it's about the attitude. They want to.
The only ones creating violence, the only ones being violent and disruptive are the Republicans, and I can't understand why they can't just say, well, "Fuck, we're the ones."
And it's only conservative right-wing nut jobs that you'll find that belong to militias. It's that mentality. It's fake patriotism. It's made up bullshit. They want an enemy and they can't go find one, so they're going to make you the enemy. It's so un-American.
And it's good for CNN and NBC's business. They're not going to expose the truth till they've got everything they've gathered. Trump's good headlines. It's good money-making material. That's the fucking problem. Money over people. It's money over people. I'm sorry, but
no, you're right. You're right. They turn the news into something that's more entertainment than anything.
We look to comedians today. We look at and people like Colbert and all that to get the truth, because they speak more truth than CNN.
You have to take a little initiative on your own to fact check shit, to go look on the internet and chase down the truth about something. We all should be able to do that, but we rely on the news, and a lot of us have certain ones that we watch all the time, and you hear a news story, and
Hey,
go ahead.
Hey, John.
Yes, ma'am.
I was just going to say you got some.
I know. I was just looking at that.
Super chats and shout out, and we got some people in the audience with their hands.
And so let me thank Catman56, came in with $3 again. Thank you, Keith. And says, I will protect my nation, internal or domestic. Do I really have to pull my weapons on another American? What the fuck?
I hope not, bro.
Said from an old Marine, baby. You know, don't make me have to do that shit. I don't want to. I don't want to.
But he took a oath to defend his country.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Unlike some people,
Trump's pointing a gun towards America. He's pointing a gun to all the people in America.
He is. He's not raising a political party. He's raising an army. That's what he wants. What you saw on January 6th, that's what he wants. He wants to take it by force.
And he loved that day.
Illegal. That's totally illegal what he's doing.
Well, let me give one more thanks to Maria Betancourt.
All right, hold on, you guys.
Maria Betancourt, who came in with $5 and said, racist Kennedy said, I want a nominee who knows a law book from a J. Crew catalog. Yes, I saw that. Thank you very much, Maria Betancourt. I want a nominee who knows a law book from a J. Crew catalog. Now, I just have to wonder why he would say that. Why would John Kennedy, a Rhodes Scholar, a highly educated man, make a statement about Gary Chambers like that? I just can't put my finger on what it might be.
Clarify Australia.
Yes.
For Australia, John, why he said that.
Why he said it? Because it's a dog whistle.
Another one of those dog whistles.
It's a dog whistle.
Trope.
Did y'all notice that guy's black? Look there, he's black. He probably shops at the J. Crew catalog. Look there, he's black. I'm just saying, look at there, he's black. That's what it says.
We don't have J. Crew catalogs over here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then that's understandable then.
Yeah.
We don't know what they are.
Yeah, well.
Got some hands up in the audience.
Now you know. And let me thank Jane Mendenhall, who came in with a $2 donation and said, hello, fellow Blue Dots. It's good to catch a live show. Well, Jane, thank you very much, baby. We're glad you made it. We're glad you, as a matter of fact, I was going to tell you we was waiting on you, but I don't want you to feel bad or anything. But we have been waiting on you. I'm just saying. Jane, thank you for being here, baby. Let me see. Who do we got? Oh, I don't know what happened. Let me see if I can get this to work. Oh, I hear Travis's voice in my living room. That's why he's not down there. There we go. Tracy. Oh, look, somebody bought a mug. Somebody bought a coffee mug. Thank you.
Somebody did a what? What was that music? I thought that was my intro.
That was your intro. Somebody, that's a little music thing that plays when somebody buys something from the store. And right somebody just bought a coffee cup, so thank you very much. We appreciate. Tracy, how you been doing, darling?
I'm hey, baby, how you doing?
I'm doing fine. Is another exciting day out there on the 405 for you?
Uh-oh. Did we lose Tracy?
Did we lose
Passenger, you? So now I'm here. My phone was ringing, so I had to decline the call. But no, I just dropped off my last passenger, and now I am about to head towards the 405 with trepidation because motherfuckers are gonna be coming in here for Super Bowl. And what shit about these assholes are really trying to come to LA to disrupt the Super Bowl? Now, I'm not
Bill, I didn't see you, brother.
I'm not a sports person and stuff like that, but isn't football like, the All-American, God bless America, and all that shit there?
Yes, it is. I think that's why they're doing it.
Yeah.
Here's what they don't understand.
And to answer Media Main 6 in the chat, yes, the 405 in L.A., where Tracy drives a cab.
Here's what they don't understand about the 405 in L.A. They will get stuck in traffic trying to create a traffic jam. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I just got an email from the company about Super Bowl Sunday and the protocols for the Cavs. First of all, I'm not going anywhere near the motherfucker, but they're doing something smart because especially like for people who, are staying close to like the air, because the stadium is not far from the airport, but they know it's going to be busy, and so they are imposing a $35 minimum out of SoFi Stadium, which is wonderful because of how long it's going to take to get out of the stadium and you know and all that. So because like out of LAX, for example, there's a $15 minimum because back in the day, you know, people, and they still do, but people would get in the cab and just go, you know, there's free shuttles to the rental car places and the airport hotels, but motherfuckers would get into the cab and, you know, they didn't feel like waiting for the shuttle because, and so they would only be paying like $4 or $5 to go to wherever.
Just to go around the airport.
Yeah.
You know, that's really fucked up. So they came up with a $15 minimum. So it's $15 plus the $4 surcharge. So if you're just going really close, at least the driver will get some relief.
Right.
It's still fucked up, but still.
I always pay extra when they do. If I go short way, I'll pay extra.
Unfortunately, I do the same thing too. Like when Kennedy go to Vegas, because you know neither one of us really feel like up, and we, you know, like if the ride is $8, we hand the driver a $20. You know, because it's like, thank you. We appreciate the fact, you know, that you got out of line to take us somewhere. At least you're gonna get a $20 out of us.
Yeah.
But you know, but the thing is, so let me get these straight. These assholes are thinking about coming to LA to pay the traffic jam. It's gonna already be there. So
exactly.
Yeah.
I just love the sheer stupidity of these people. It's like, dude, seriously?
Yeah, the that's the plan. No, that's what I understand is that that's what they're eyeballing, the Super Bowl Sunday in L.A.
It is just crazy. You know, and in answer to the John Kennedy saying, look, you know, I want to know the difference between a J. Crew catalog and a fucking law book. Kiss my ass. First of all, I don't know too many black people that shop at J. Crew.
I like this guy's ads.
You know, this is the J. I mean, I haven't seen his ads, so if that's what he's iterating about, about the brother. But in all reality, it's like, dude, seriously, J. Crew is about the whitest of the whitest white.
Yes.
Stores.
I've seen it, so I don't know.
But I used to work at the mall back in the day. One of my first jobs was at the mall. And J. Crew is, basically J. Crew is an upscale Gap. J. Crew is basically, the Banana Republic. Because the Banana Republic is an upscale Gap. And I don't even know if they still have Banana Republics. And what a horrible name for a store. But I digress.
I know. I was wondering about that.
It's kind of racist.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. You know where I go shopping for clothes? If I need new pants or a shirt, I go to Tractor Supply. That's I don't want to go no mall. I don't want to go. I want a pair of pants or a shirt.
Ever since COVID, I have limited my, even with me working, I still limit, like I don't let people sit in front with me and stuff like that. I do my level best. And so on Monday, because school started back for me on the 24th of January, but on Monday, they are forcing us to go back on campus. Excuse me. And I call bullshit because, it's about economics. Here we go. Like who was saying about, do we really need capitalism in our healthcare? Fuck, we don't need capitalism in our educational system.
No, we don't.
Because this shit right here, because it's all about dollars.
It should not be about money.
They are losing.
None of it should be about money.
they are losing millions, well, hundreds of thousands at least.
You have a product you want to sell it, that's fine. You can make a profit on that. But things like healthcare, in education, no, these are not money making projects. They're society building projects. And that,
they don't want us to build a society.
No, it's
they want us to have a permanent debtor class, because
yes.
I think on Robin's show she talked about how many billionaires are per capita now than they were in the 90s. Okay,
right.
Somebody has to support their lifestyle. Mm-hmm.
Well, whenever we talk about healthcare in the capitalistic system, go look at Google the CEO pay of a healthcare company, and see how much they pay him a year in salary, and then try to figure out how many policies that company has to sell just to pay him. Just to pay him, not to take care of your ass, but to pay the CEO, and that's just the CEO. There are a lot of executives in these big companies, and they all want a big paycheck, baby.
Let's not forget about Big Pharma.
Yes. Yes. Oh, did you see Joe Biden get after him today?
No, I did not.
Yeah, he was on the air today talking about drug prices in this country, and he pointed out one drug that costs $14,000 a month in this country. But in France, it costs $6,000 a month. Now, that's a hell of a difference, but I'm still thinking to myself, what fucking drugs, any drug, $6,000 a month? Really? Really? Who are you selling it to?
Because let's face it, the average motherfucker ain't making $6,000 a month.
No, and they're not making, and even like insulin. Are you shitting me? Insulin costs is so high in this country. And these people, if you need insulin for diabetes, you need it all the time, every month, baby. You can't be farting around. You're gonna die.
You can't. And what's the sad part about it what's sad about it is you guys make insulin in America. You don't import the shit and all that crap. You make it there. Yet we can get in Australia for $5 or $6, which made in America. And you guys pay 100, 300. Go figure,
We pay more in this country than any other westernized nation in the world. Any nation with health, we pay more for everything. I mean, a lot of those drugs are manufactured here in this country, produced and shipped over there, and they still get them cheaper. It's because we're the target, baby.
Motherfuckers.
It's whatever the market will bear. Remember that guy not long ago that he ended up in jail, but the guy that raised that guy ended up in prison. But he raised the price of his drug by hundreds of dollars overnight on a whim.
Miss Manchin with her fake ass degree to get her job at the pharmaceutical company, and she upped the prices on EpiPens.
Yes, the EpiPen.
Joe Manchin's daughter. Was that Joe Manchin's daughter?
Yes.
Yeah, that was Joe Manchin's daughter.
Joe Manchin's daughter.
And then went bang.
All of these motherfuckers should be underneath goddamn jail.
Then she retired. And
she's not even she's even in her 40s yet.
Yeah, right.
Let me get a quick thank you out real quick. Maria Betancourt came in with a $5 donation and said, in my opinion, the anti-vaccine truckers are also white nationalists. I think you're onto something. I think most of the these people they're right-wing nut jobs, and that's where the right-wing society is now. They're a bunch of white nationalists.
Somebody give me the Reader's Digest version, because I've been hearing what is going on in Canada. Give me the Reader's Digest version.
There is a protest going on, a blockage really by Canadian truckers, accompanied by a bunch of American truckers too, and they have blocked the bridges, and I think it's in Ontario, if I'm not mistaken. Ottawa. I'm sorry.
Which is their capital.
Several locations, one in Montana. They're blocking the transportation, the bridges. And as a result, several companies here in the United States and Canada have had to shut down auto manufacturing plants that aren't getting the parts through. There's a lot of merchandise or goods crossing over that border every day between us and Canada. Major supplier of car parts.
You claim you love this country and capitalism and good old fashioned values.
Yep.
So what about your white white supremacist, white privilege, white? I can't even say white, is because it always comes out as right.
Yeah.
But what about all these people that you are fucking over? It's like, because like I said,
it's frustrating, isn't it?
It is another realm of frustration, because it's just at what point do we start throwing these motherfuckers in jail?
Well, that's what I think. That's what everybody's waiting for, Tracy. At what point? And that's
therein lies the problem, is because we're so anxious. We have all seen it with our own eyes.
Yes, we're the witnesses.
We can't just pick people up and put them in jail. Contrary to, what they do to black people, you can't just pick them up.
As much as we wish we could.
Tracy, check it out. We know they're guilty. We all see it every day on TV. We know they're guilty. We've been watching it for a long time. However, the court system does not move that fast. It does not move that fast.
Well, it can if it wanted to.
Hang on. If your brother's sitting in jail waiting for your court date to come off, it's 6 months out and you're in jail until then. However,
if you're lucky,
I keep saying that there's two injustice systems in this country. One is for those who can pay. They don't sit in jail.
No.
They get to sit at home waiting for their court date to show up.
And maybe
not only that,
those who can't pay.
They might even have an income out of it. For the most part, motherfuckers are free to do whatever the fuck they want to. Leave the country.
Well, the shit that kills me is the ones that you see actually get convicted, guilty, and then they tell them, "We'll come back later. We're going to sentence you in 3 months." Huh? What?
Yeah.
What?
Well, John, this is part of our system, and this is why our system is fucking broken.
Yeah.
Because it's not a justice system when you can do to one demographic, those that have money, you could treat them one way, and those that don't have money, it doesn't matter what color you are, but if you don't have money, your ass is going to sit in jail until you prove yourself innocent.
As a matter of fact, a lot of people will argue the pure bail system itself is prejudicial against poor people.
If you watch the Epstein documentary I mentioned earlier on, you'll see that one of the episodes features how Epstein stayed out of jail and how he manipulated and people in the justice system bend to the rich.
Yes,
it's an eye opener.
Because he had money. I watched that documentary. I've seen it. It's
one, isn't it?
Shocking at best. Okay.
Well, yes. What was the fool's name that was the Secretary of the Treasury, who was the Attorney General in Florida, when all this shit was going on? It was Epstein, and he's like, oh, well, he didn't have to come to jail on, during the week.
I remember who you're talking about.
I think that's what taken
his name right now.
I think it's taken so long on the Gates case down in Florida. Because the names involved in that.
Massive amounts of evidence on his ass.
Yes.
And people are just pleading guilty left and right on that case. It's just a matter of time.
It's a matter of time.
Before Matt Gaetz
there are going to be some names mentioned in this shit. And at some point,
make no mistake. Because his family has money, they will keep him out of jail for as long as possible.
Yes.
Okay.
Speaking of two different kinds of legal systems, now, I don't know if y'all have ever heard of Mark Ridley Thomas. This is a brother. He's a black brother here in LA. He's been, a councilman, and then he was a county supervisor, and then he became a councilman again, because you can only have so many terms in each office, right?
Right.
Now, there's been some shenanigans. Okay, so personally, I think that he's guilty, but that's just me. Half and ever. Regardless, you know, of whether he is guilty or not, this brother, you know, he has done a lot for the black community. I can attest. I mean, I've never lived in one of his districts, but he's done a lot for, you know, and he was actually the head of the, like, you know, the homeless committee or what have you that's trying to combat, because y'all, the homeless situation here is just, it is out of control. Well,
yeah,
anyway,
I can only imagine.
There was some federal indictments. Now he hasn't gone to jail. He hasn't gone to jail. There's been no trial, nothing. But the LA City Council decided they have censured him, and not only that, he no longer has voting right in the city council, and they have stripped him of his pension, of his benefits, and his salary. Now, here is motherfuckers that are accused of raping and paying for the trafficking, human trafficking, and nothing. But the brother, he's just been indicted, and like I said, indictment does not make conviction, right?
Right? I think I'm having a hard time hearing.
Not been indicted.
He has been effectively, and so his district, as of now, and this has gone on since October of last year, has nobody vote. There has been nobody to vote for and look out for the interest of that particular district in the city of Los Angeles.
Okay.
But corruption is corruption, and we can't turn our face from that. You know, just because he's doing good doesn't mean that he's a good person. And if he's trying to do good on a corrupt dollar, then no, you know, bro gotta go.
I believe that the point being is that there have been city council members who have done far worse, and they did not do shit to them until they were convicted. They were still able to keep their jobs. Again, like I said, I think the brother is guilty. But my point being is that hypocrisy and that, you know, the double standards. And I've always said to my black brothers and sisters, I said, look, y'all, we are judged on a whole different level than the white folks. We can't do the same shit that white people can do and get away with that shit.
No.
We cannot.
No, and that's the point a lot of people miss.
We might be able to escape for a while. We might be able to get away with it. And some people, you know, like, you know, there was an issue with another city.
Bottom line. Regardless of whatever is happening with my brother, and I don't know about this gentleman, but if he is out there doing some shiesty shit, even though he's doing good for his district and all the rest of that, my brother needs to go. He ain't no different than that fucking idiot in the House of Representatives, Marjorie Trader Green. Okay, he ain't no different than her dumb ass.
No.
And if they have to put him down and put a leash on his ass in order to stop him from doing it, then so be it.
She's still my point being, she's still in Congress. And that's what I'm saying, you know, again.
I get that part.
It is. It's time for all of us to take a deep look at just exactly who represents you. My Congressman Michael Cloud, he got swept in on the last thing with Donnie, you know, in 2018. It's talk about a waste of a guy in office. This guy, you know, he's disgraced himself in my book. He's not worthy of anybody's vote in this state.
But Republicans are not going to go out and slash the throats of other Republicans right now. They're not going to do that. They know theirs is a dying party. Yeah, I know. Fucking Mitch McConnell went out there and did what he did.
No, I'm hoping for more than that. You know, every time a story comes out, we hear a little bit more. This time, you know, we got Mike Pence out there saying Trump is wrong. We got Mitch McConnell out there saying it was an insurrection. You know, we're seeing a pushback against the RNC from the conservatives about the language they used in their
Republicans.
Right. So we're starting to see some pushback.
But John,
we need a lot more of that.
You're a bit more optimistic.
I'm trying to be an optimist, baby. I am.
Understand that.
I want it.
I understand that.
If I let myself be a pessimist, then hold on, baby, we're all going to die.
Just one day.
Yeah.
Because you would not have that optimism. Trust me.
Oh, baby,
Guys, remember one thing, guys.
What?
Remember this, guys. At the end of 2022, unless the Democrats can retain power, the January 6th committee was involved. It's been a waste of time. It'll be whitewashed, and they'll be persecuted by the new DOJ.
Oh, absolutely. We could see it coming.
Yep. So, guys, you've got to save the democracy. You've got to save. I know they're not fighting hard enough for you people. From my point of view, Democrats aren't pushing back hard enough for the people. And the people are concerned about losing their democracy, but they're being burnt out by money in the advertising that comes with CNN and all that, dragging this out for years and not exposing the truth.
It's only when we band together, baby.
They need to stop listening to CNN's dumbass. They're so scandalous right now. Y'all read something, and read something other than mainstream media, because there are so many outlets out there that are doing the good work and are getting these things out, and you got to just get off of this
entertainment loop. The entertainment loop that is news now.
Merry-go-round with these people.
Yeah.
It's not news. That's the thing. It's not.
I keep losing my earpiece. I keep losing. I wonder if I put it on the other side. Maybe they'll.
You're not supposed to chew them, John.
Okay, John, I got a family emergency taking place, so I'm going to bounce out right now.
Well, we hope everything goes well with that, Bernadette. We love you. Thank you for being here, darling.
Thank you.
And,
all right.
All right. Take care of yourself.
Good night, y'all.
Good night. What were you going to say, Dave?
Well, I'm just going to finish up on that you got to the end of the year to make this happen. When do you guys think personally, do you think the January 6th Commission will make an impression on the DOJ, or do you think they need a grand jury?
This summer. I think there's going to be a whole lot more come out when we start getting into public hearings on the January 6th committee. DOJ right now is facing a whole lot of pressure. Everything you see in the news now is how all the laws that he's broke, all the damage that he's done, and we're all sitting around here wondering, why can't we do something? Well, they're afraid to.
They're MIA, aren't they?
It's like they're afraid to, because when we do this, if we pull the hammer on this, the right is going to go nuts. It's going to be, we persecuting him. We're they're going to try to make him into a martyr, and that's a serious consideration to have to take into.
Would you not think that the woman in Georgia's not thought about that as well?
I think the power to defeat him lies within the truth. If you keep exposing him for what he is, for the traitor that he has been to this country and to the laws of this nation, more and more people who are conservative views but are still somewhat patriotic will turn loose of him.
The problem is the mainstream media, the MSNBCs and the CNNs and the ABCs, ultimately they're owned by the filthy rich. They own the shares of the company.
Yes.
And they have influence on what and how
right down to your local TV station.
Wait, you know what? I have a little bit of
I
have a little bit of pushback on the thing about how slow the jail system and the court systems are. When black people got arrested during the last 2 summers ago during the Black Lives Matter, they had paddy wagons. They had buses.
Yes.
Throwing motherfuckers in jail. Okay? It wasn't, my point is, they might have to, let their asses stew in jail. I don't give a fuck about a court date. They don't need a court date because, how many times have, people been stuck in jail just because they don't have bail?
Yeah, exactly.
Don't make them at a ridiculously high bail amount and let their asses stew.
Yep.
Yeah, it needs to come. Say, just throw them in jail long enough to let the goods come through across the border and whatnot. and if they stay and if and when they get out, they might think long and hard about doing that shit again. How about that? These motherfuckers don't have no consequences. There's no repercussions for their bullshit. And that's done by privilege, baby. They know. I'm after January the 6th, there's been some people that are gonna do some real time, but for the most part, they've just got a slap on the wrist and, time served or whatever the case, probation and, blah. I'm talking from experience because I got fucked over by the injustice system. I got convicted of welfare fraud when I did not. But I reported my income. The county overpaid me.
Right.
And said that
and then they came after you.
And then they came after me. I'm like, wait a minute. I did what I was supposed to do. I reported my income. I sent you my tax returns. I sent you my pay stubs. I sent you my W-2s. If you overpaid me, it's not. How am I supposed to know if I don't know the calculations?
Yeah.
On how much money
I'm supposed to rely on you for that. You're the one that's supposed to tell me.
And so what happens? I get 5 years probation.
Oh, Lord.
After the but wait, there's more, y'all. After the 5 years, because they told me, because I was supposed to make restitution, but I kind of lost my job because felony.
Right.
So I couldn't really, what money I did make, I gave them, but I reported every month like I was supposed to. I did are you ready for how many hours? 2,500 hours. Do you hear me?
2,500 hours community service?
Yes. So, by the way, how am I supposed to work a job if I have to do 2,500 hours of community service?
That is your job.
That is my job.
Yeah, it is your job.
That is my job. So 2,500
if you get wrapped up in a system, baby, I'm telling you, I had a friend of mine who ended up afoul of the law a little bit and owed a fine, DUI. And man, it was forever that he had to pay it. It just about ruined his life.
Right, and then on top of that, I did my community service. I reported. I did everything I was supposed to do for those 5 years, aside from paying back the money. But when I first got on probation, they said as long as you've done, everything, because most people don't make all the money back, be able to pay back all the restitution.
Right.
You'd be fine. Okay. 5 years. So I'm on this was April 2004, because I got convicted in April 1999. I go to court. So there's a white girl there's me and a white girl. And we had the same public pretender, but the public pretender let the white, had the white girl's case heard first. Of course, the judge was white. So he, she hadn't finished her community service. She hadn't been reporting, none of that. But they took her off. He took her off for probation, right? And I'm like, okay, cool. I'm gonna get off probation too, right? Well, of course, my public pretender had to go to another hearing, so I had to sit there and wait. And I'm watching this white judge get madder and madder.
Oh, and the madder and madder he gets, the less and less chance you have.
And so when she finally came back, I had been sitting there for hours. Okay, when she finally came back, and I stood before the judge, that motherfucker gave me 5 more years probation.
Damn. Damn.
5 more.
He punished the lawyer.
And you wonder why she calls it the injustice system.
Right, 5 more years, y'all. And at that point, I broke. I lost it.
I would imagine.
I lost it.
You could appeal that. Did you appeal it?
With what money? I didn't have a real attorney. I had a public pretender.
Yeah.
And it's not like, it's not like.
And most of those people really don't give a shit.
They don't give a shit because they're getting
paid
by the county.
They're getting paid.
They're getting paid by the county of Los Angeles, who is also paying for the judge, who is also.
As a matter of fact, the quicker he gets rid of your case, the faster he can take the next case.
Right. So they're being paid by the DA who's trying to convict you, by the sheriff's department who is arresting you and housing you in the jails. So, so do you really think they're going to put in that much effort?
No.
So long story short, so what happened, a week later, my grandmother died.
Oh,
and so that put me into a further depression. And I was supposed to go back to court. and I never did. And so 2 years. Now they never came after me. So if I was such a threat,
No, but it was sitting
so
out there
horrible.
waiting for you.
Right, they never came after me because they knew where I lived. But here's what happened: like 2 years or a year or two later, I'm driving in Hollywood, and I get pulled over, and a friend of mine was with me, and I said, "Oh my God, I'm going to jail," because I had totally put it out of my head.
Yeah,
It was
until that moment.
Think about cognitive dissonance. Dissonance. It's like at that, and then I'm like, "Fuck, I'm going to jail."
Mm.
And so they arrested me, and it was on the worst part. It was on a Friday, so I had to spend the night to spend the weekend in the holding cell at the
I'm sure that was pleasant.
And then I got sent to county. I was in jail for 13 days, and thank God I had a different judge, because the asshole judge that I had before had died. May he rot in hell.
Yeah.
And so, because they were actually trying to send me to state prison.
Oh, Lord.
No. Because they're like, well, you did this, you did your probation. I'm like, look, I did. And I'm sitting there looking at the day is fine. I'm sitting there looking at my public, and they're like, fuck, you gonna say something. Unfortunately, the judge, they just continued. So basically was on probation after that for 11 years,
Of your life.
So,
but you're kicking their ass now, because now you're going for your masters. Fuck them.
Mm-hmm.
Prove them wrong, baby. Prove them wrong. Let me make a few shout outs here. Michael Johnson came in with $3 and said, "Tired of living in the 60s again? Emery, please, butt fuck Trump." Michael, thank you. And Maria Betancourt came in with $5 and said, "Who is to say that DeSantis won't round up minorities and gays into camps?" Hey, you never know. The way that guy talks, thank you very much, Maria. The way that guy talks, I swear. This whole "don't say gay" thing going on down there in Florida, it's just, it's offending. It's very offensive.
Wait a minute, don't say gay?
Don't say gay. Not down in Florida, baby. Don't say gay. Well, that's the name of the bill they're pushing down there. It has to do with LGBT or how they teach it in schools.
That's the name of the bill? That's exactly how they put it?
That's the nickname of the bill, is "don't say gay." They're limiting the teacher's ability to either just even discuss any sexual, information, gender identity.
I'm not going anywhere. Oh no, I'm not going anywhere near.
No, it's ridiculous.
My brother's going to Disney World in July, and it's that'll be a couple of months after because I'm trying to figure out where this is a momentous event that I'm graduating in May, and I'm just trying to figure. I'll probably just wind up going to Vegas because Vegas is easy.
Right.
But my brother wanted me to come with him to Disney World, and I love me some Disney World. Y'all don't get it twisted. But
never been there.
Florida.
Sad, ain't it?
Florida.
Never been there.
No, it's not sad, baby, because as expensive as it is, no.
I got to the parking lot when I was a kid. We were going to go to Disney World, and we got to the parking lot, and I don't know, something happened. My dad got pissed off. We left.
Well, Universal does.
That was the closest I ever got to Disneyland.
Universal. Wait, you guys got all of the Disney World or Disneyland?
That was Disneyland. We was out in California. The one I got.
And he got pissed off?
It was something to do with traffic or something. I can't know. I was a little kid at the time. I was in the back seat just looking at Disneyland getting smaller and smaller in the back windows. Like, oh, fuck, we were almost there. Shit. I've seen everything. Oh, I'm sure my father had reason. I was too young to understand at the time. Anyway, we're going to wrap it up for the evening. I want to thank everybody for being here. Bernadette, thank you for being here. We appreciate it tremendously for coming in. Let me see. Who else? There was somebody else in here. Lord, somebody help me remember who was in here. I know Bernadette was here. David was in the room earlier. Thank you, David, for coming by and visiting with us. We appreciate it.
Can you not hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Dave.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I just want to tell you a little story.
Huh?
I want to tell America I want to give America a little story before I leave. A little story about a bird. And this bird was enjoying the warm weather in California, wherever it may be, and tried to stay a bit longer and not fly south for the winter, as most people do for the warmer weather as winter comes on. And this poor bird stayed a couple of weeks later and thought, I better start moving. And he's moving off. It gets cold, and his poor little wings freeze, and he falls to the ground. And he hits the ground, and he's frozen, and he's almost near death. Along comes a cow. And this cow drops a big turd on top of this bird. And it saved the bird's life, dropping shit on him. Kept him warm, it was warm shit, and he revived, and he saved his life. After a few days, he wanted to get out because he was suffocating. And along comes a cat. And this cat dug this poor little bird out this amount of poo and then ate the fucking bird. Now, the moral of the story is, not every time someone shits on you is a bad thing. But also, not every time someone pulls you out the shit is a good thing.
It is.
Good point.
Every time somebody helps pull you out of some shit.
It's not necessarily a good thing.
Outstanding, Dave. Well, brother, I want you to know we're just tickled to death to have you back in here. It's been a while since we had you. So we're glad you're back. We're glad you're healthy. Tell your son we appreciate him tremendously for keeping us informed.
He knows.
He's a good guy you got there. He's a good man.
Well, he does not know a lot about what I do, but sometimes you wonder whether how much they do know. But you think sometimes they don't listen or hear you or take your advice, but then they do things that make you wonder, don't they?
Yeah,
like
don't they? Don't they? Well, give him our best, David. We appreciate it, brother. And Ardessa, thank you for being here this evening, darling.
Thank you.
There you go. Tell Dan we give him our best, baby.
I will.
Outstanding. And for everybody on YouTube and on Facebook, we appreciate you coming by, joining the conversation. Mañana is Beer and Bud Friday. We're going to do it live. We're going to start at 6 o'clock in the evening. It will be live, but there will be no Discord. It will just be me in the chat. And what could possibly go wrong? We're going to see what happens.
How does that work?
Huh? I'll just
How
be.
does that work?
I'm just going to be, because the chat goes on during the show. But because we're involved in the conversation here on Discord, most of the chat goes by that I don't get a chance to see it. And if I start concentrating on what's going on in the chat, then I lose concentration on what's going on in the conversation. So we decided that on Fridays, during Beer and Bud Friday, we'll do Beer and Bud, and then we'll have conversation with the chat on Friday. That way, all the attention is turned towards people who aren't necessarily on Discord. Right.
Through Facebook.
Yes. Well, through Facebook and YouTube. I see the chat of both of them right in front of me right now. Michael James is there. Johnny Fly, Adina Michael, Alpha Dog 510's in there. BW, Jeff Curry. Yeah, I see everybody's comment right there. But it goes by sometimes pretty quick because there's a lot of conversation going on. And but anyway, we're gonna do that tomorrow. And see how that works out. I think it'll be a little bit more relaxed. So, but we're going to give it a whirl, baby.
So if you haven't got Facebook, you can still be involved.
Yeah, Facebook or YouTube, you can comment. I'll see it. So it'll be right there, and we'll see how that goes.
So you'll have the chat from Facebook and YouTube in front of you.
Yes, sir. That's the way it's going to work.
And you'll be replying to those people.
Yeah, because right now I look at this side of the screen for Discord and then over here for the chat, and it confuses my right and left brains. I don't know what it does. I don't know.
Okay. I think it'll be
we're doing our best, baby. I'm treading water. That's the best I can say. I try to do the best every time I turn this camera on. Anyway, I love all y'all for being here. I love you for being a part of this family. Again, it's our voice, it's our vote, we are what determines our future, and that's what we have to remember. So stay informed, stay involved, and in the process of doing all of that, make somebody smile tomorrow. They'll wonder what the hell you're up to. Anyway, it'll put a smile on your heart. Y'all take care of yourself, and we'll see y'all later. Y'all say good night.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, America.
Good night, everybody.